everyone, welcome to today's craft. We are going to be making our very own board game. So I don't know who of you still plays board games. I know I love board games, and obviously when we talk about board games, it's B-O-A-R-D, board games, like on a board, not board games, B-O-R-E-D. But if you are bored, if you don't know what to do, why not make a board game? I know that's very, very cheesy, but board games are cheesy but fun. So much fun. So today we're going to be designing our very own board game, plus little things that you move on your board. Plus, if you don't have dice, I'm going to show you a little twirly thing that you can use instead of your dice. So let's get started. First off, you need a board for your board game. Now, I don't have a piece of big carton. I've got this is just normal craft board. This is an A2, so it's nice and big, but you can use smaller pieces of cardboard if you've got, put them together to make a nice big one. If you've got an old box lying around somewhere, that is perfect. It's going to be nice and stiff and you can move it around. Cut out a piece of the box and use that. You can stick white paper over it if you want, or you can paint it. So see what you've got lying around the house and see what you can recycle and use to make your board game. Now, with that, you are going to need items to decorate your board game with. I've got permanent markers, cookies, stickers, this is color pastels, paint. Did I say paint? Right, I always have paint. This is my tempera paint blocks. I've got that, and some leftover scraps of colored paper, and then I've got this yellow cardboard that we're going to use later to make our cards with. So let's get started. So what does a board game need? It needs a path for you to follow, because you want to start somewhere, you want to end somewhere, and then things need to happen in between. So on your paper, decide what shape your board game, your path is going to be, and what theme you want. So on mine, I've got hungry plants. So I've got plants that eat stuff all over, and I've got flowers and little vines that trip you up. So decide on a theme. You can do a robot theme, or a dinosaur theme, or an animal farm, or unicorns. Decide on a theme for your board game. And then we're going to decide on our path. So you can do a freehand path, or you can take your ruler and draw out a very nice, neat path. So I'm going to take my marker. I'm just going to freehand my path. And all you do is you make a funny S. Start with a funny S, something like this. There is my very funny S. And then you have to double it up to make your path. And close it off on the ends. So there is my, that looks more like a 3. Okay, so there is my path. And now your path, you need blocks, because you're going to move from block, 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 block. So you need blocks. So all you do is you draw in blocks, and you can make them as small or as big as you want. Don't make them too small, because you want to write things and do things in your blocks. So we're going to put in some blocks. Oh, my marker is going. So get a new marker. That's better. Blocks, blocks, blocks. Ta-da! So there we've got the path and blocks. So what else do you need? Obviously, a place to start and a place to finish. So I'm going to write here, oops, start and finish. Start and finish. So we're going to start here. a whole lot of stuff is going to happen in between, and we're going to end here with the finish line. Alright, so have you decided on a theme yet? Like I said, for this one, I went with hungry plants. So your theme might determine what type of obstacles you have in your little path. So let's see some of the obstacles I've got here. Right here, these red blocks I've got on here is pick a card blocks. So if you land on there, you pick a card. We're going to do the cards just a minute. I'll show you how. Then I've got these orange ones, says you're stuck in the mud and you must lose one turn. So the next time that it's your turn to roll your dice or spin your spinner, you have to forfeit your turn. Sorry. Alright, and then these yellow ones are my flower power blocks. If you land on a flower power block, you jump 2 spaces ahead. That is a lovely, lovely block to land on. And then that one there, you got eaten by my very hungry flower, and you have to go all the way back to start. So, oops, these are the different types of blocks that you've got in. Now, if you are afraid of making a mistake, you can use your pencil before you draw your little track as well. If you're afraid you're going to make a mistake, use a pencil, and then you can just go over it with a marker later. So what you do is you decide what type of blocks you want, and you start just putting them in to the spaces. So we're going to have pick a card blocks, do 1 or 2 of those. Move, you can have cards move 1 space back or move 2 space back. Let's do move 1 space forward. So if you land here, you go 1 space forward. Lose 1 turn. If you have dinosaurs, you can say, no, you tripped on a dinosaur tail and you must lose 1 turn, or you stuck in a dinosaur footprint and you have to lose 1 turn. So you can really bring your theme into your little what do you call them? Obstacles? Yeah, obstacles. All right. Okay. So now you've decided what you've got in your little spaces, and you've penciled them in. And I don't know if you can see here, on mine I've got little bridges and little vines. Now the bridges, the pink bridges, if you land on that block, you can take the bridge all the way across to that block. And this one is as well. If you land on this block, you go all the way across to this block. So they move you forward. So you want to land on these pink bridge blocks. But I've got the green vines. So if you land on this one, you have to go all the way back to that block. And there's another one, if you land on this block, so close to the end. I mean, that's 2 blocks away from the finish. But if you land here, you have to go all the way back to there. So we are quickly going to make some bridges to put on our board. So I've got scraps of paper. I've got scraps of these neon colored papers, and then just normal. So let's go with a nice red. I love red. So if you've got a red page like this, you want a nice and long bridge, because you can always make it shorter if you want. If you really, really want, you can take your ruler and draw a straight line, but I'm just going to freehand it quickly. So it doesn't need to be perfect. So all you want is 1 nice strip like this. Now this is going to be a bridge. So let's say the red bridges move you backwards. Yeah, let's make it a backwards bridge. So you decide where you want to put your bridge. Okay, I'm going to do it on this one so you can see. So I want to put my bridge there, and then you can just decide where it will end up. So measure it there, you can go there, you can go there, you can go there. So you just decide where it wants to go, and then you can stick it on. Now what you do is, to make it look nice, is you take the ends and you fold them over like so. So you're going to have this effect. like so. And on this little, I call them feet, so on this little foot, you put some glue. So, oops, and on the other foot, some glue as well. So on this one, I decide I want to get it starting there, and it's going to end up there. Stick it on. So now this is, we said the red ones are backwards bridges. So if you land on this space, you have to go all the way back to that space, which sucks. So, and it's a nice, as you can see, a 3D bridge. Ta-da! What you can do is, what I did on mine, I use stickers as well. I always have stickers on hand. So what you do is you just take the stickers and you put them on the ends where you start and where you land. And if you're afraid that you're going to forget what these bridges are for, you can just draw a little arrow. On mine, on the vines, I drew little arrows going backwards, so you know which direction the bridge is taking you. I'm going to post photos, nice close-up photos of this one at the end of the video. So if you're afraid you're going to forget what your bridge is for, you can do little arrows or even across the bridge so you can remember. So now we've got a backwards bridge. If you want to do something different for a forward bridge, let me see what I've got. I had some string. There you go. I've got this string. This is from a Christmas gift that I got one year, and I don't throw anything away, so I kept this piece of string. So what you do is you cut a piece of string, the same as with your bridge. Take it from, say, this block, let's twirl it a bit, from this block to this block, and you stick it on. So if you land on the one block, the string will take you all the way forward to the next block. So that can be your rope bridge or your rope ladder, and it can take you forwards and backwards. So if you've got string or wool, you can do that. If you've got popsicle sticks work really, really nice. You can put popsicle sticks across and use them as bridges. And what is nice about these things, you can paint them, you can draw on them, you can write on them. You know, if you've got popsicle sticks and then take your back, you can write uh-oh or danger on it. You can make it like a danger sign with red and black lines on it. That, oh, what about a construction? If you've got a construction themed board game, that will be really cool. If you've got the little popsicle stick with their white and not white, yellow and black lines, I think that would look really, really cool. So do a couple of those. I've got two of each, two pink ones to move you forward, then I've got two green vines to move you back down. So you can do a couple of those depending on how big your board game is. And then obviously what you need on your board game is a name. All board games have a name on it. So I've got mine on top. It says Hungry Plants. So anywhere on your board game, put your board game's name, so everyone can see it and everyone knows what they're playing. And then you can decorate it on your theme. So mine is Hungry Plants, and I've got little flowers and hungry plants, and I've got a start and finish and colorful writing. So you can decorate it and make it look really, really nice. Okay, so once you've done that, you need something to play with. So you need, I don't know if you've played board games before, you always have a little something to move around on your board. So now we're going to make our own. All you need for that is, sorry, my table is really full. All you need is toilet roll holders, or that inner, that cardboard thingy from the toilet roll. So we are going to make 4 from this little toilet roll holder. So all you do is you do 3 lines on the side. You basically divide your cardboard roll into 4 pieces. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so draw them on, and then all I do is I flatten it on the lines, and I take my scissors and I cut it. This is a little hard to do, so you can always ask mommy or someone to help if you struggle. There you go. So now we've got 4 little rings like this. So 4 little rings like this, and then where we fold them, you see they've got a little fold on the side. I'm just going to cut into it halfway. You don't want to cut all the way through. I don't know if you can see there. It's cut halfway, not all the way through. So just cut 2 slits in the side of each of these. And the last one. Okay. If it makes a little tail like this one, I don't know if you can see there, just take your glue stick and just stick it back in. That is not the end of the world. Now these little rings you can decorate. You can paint them, or you can put stickers. You can write on them a name. If you're going to be a cat, you can write Mr. Cat or Mr. Robot on the side if you want. So we are going to paint these and decorate them nicely. Now into that little slots we make, we are going to put cards. We are going to design cards. So I'm going to take my cardboard and we're going to make little cards quickly. So all you do is you take this normal A4 cardboard, and what you do is you fold it once, like so, and then you fold it, I'm going to fold it once so it's nice and big. Okay, right, and I'm going to cut a couple of cards. Now they're still attached in the center, so cut them once. Okay, so we've got 4 little holders, and then you've got 4 little cards. So you can have 4 players. You can make more of these, or you can make less of these, depending on how many friends you want to invite to play with you. So on these cards, we are going to make our characters that we're going to play with. So you can do it according to your theme. If you've got a robot theme, you can make different types of robots. If you've got an animal farm theme, you can do different types of farm animals. Or you can just make random, you can do Mr. Cat and a robot and a unicorn and a minion. Whatever, you can do any characters that you want. What I did on mine, I had this neon paper lying around, so all I did is I just made basic. I've got a pink flower and a green diamond and a yellow heart. So these are really, really simple. They don't need to be that simple. You can go crazy with your designs. So if you've done your card, decorate your little card the way you want. And I've painted, you can see these rings I've painted. And then all you do is into that little slits we've cut, you just slide your card in there, and voila. This we're going to move all across the board, and this is what we're going to use for, I don't know what you call them, little characters, little icons. That is what we're going to use to move around the board. So you can really, really go crazy with the designs on these things. And I would love to see, as usual, I would love to see what you've done. So feel free to send me photos or post it on our Facebook page. I would really, really like to see your little characters that you made. So you can go crazy with these. And now I've got 3. So you can do 3 or 4 or 5, how many ever you want. And now we've got our board. We've got our little icons that we're going to move around. And now we need the cards. We've got a block here that says pick a card. So we need to make cards. And I'm going to use, another piece of cardboard. I've got plain A4 cardboard. And this I'm going to fold once, all the way down the middle. And I'm going to fold it another time. So you're going to fold it twice. Okay, so I'll show you again. There's my page. Fold it once in half and fold it again in half like this. And then from this, I'm just going to cut nice size cards. Now these are still attached to one another. So all you do is on the fold, cut the fold off one side and yes, cut the fold off on this side as well. Then you do the same. See, it's still attached where it's folded, so you just cut them on both ends like so. So you're going to do I've got 4 pieces, so I'm going to do all 4 pieces, and then you'll have a whole bunch of cards once you've done. Now, ideas for cards. So what are we going to put on our cards? Because if you land on this block that says pick a card, what do you want to happen? You can do the normal things like lose 1 turn, or move forward 2 spaces, lose backward, or move backwards a space, go back to the start, or you're in jail, you have to wait 2 turns. A nice one is trade places with someone, which is really, really cool. Because if your friend is here and you are all the way back here, you can decide to trade places with your friend. So you will go all the way here and your friend has to go all the way back there, which really sucks. But if you are in front and you get the card that says trade places, then you have to go all the way back and your friend has to go all the way here. So it's only nice, that card, if you are behind. But that is a really cool card to have. So you can have the traditional cards like that, you know, jump backward, forward, lose a turn, or roll again. You can have roll the dice again so you can move again. Or you can have crazy cards. You can have cards that says stand up and sing the anthem, or you can have a card that says stand up and make like a chicken, or stand up and, you know, hug the dog, well, if you don't have dangerous dogs. What time? Any crazy card. What crazy cards? Stand up and do your best clown impression, or your best dinosaur impression. So you can have really, really crazy cards to make your game really fun. So you'll have a whole bunch of cards that you can put anywhere we've got a space on your game. So now we've finished with our board game. We're finished with our little icons that we're going to move. We are finished with our cards that we're going to do. Now we need somehow to move. I mean, how are you going to know where to move or how many moves to make? You need something like a dice to roll with. But what if you don't have dice around the house? I'm going to show you something to make really quickly. Let me just get my cardboard again. Okay. And now you need something to draw a circle with. I've got a little plate, and I'm just going to use this to draw my circle with. So, marker, whatever you've got. If you've got a cup or a plate lying around, what else do you have that's round? Anything that you can just use to draw a circle quickly. I've got tape. If you've got a roll of tape, that will work. Okay. So you need something to draw a circle with, and then we're going to cut it out. all around and around and around and around and around. Okay, ta-da! We've got our circle. Now we're going to fold this circle into 4 pieces. So fold it once, like so. So it now is like a half circle, like a little moon. And we're going to fold it again. So you get like a little pizza slice. I love pizza. I don't know about you, but I love pizza. Okay, so let's open it up. Right, so you've got 4 quarters. You've got 4 pieces. So I'm going to show you again. Fold it once till you have a moon, and fold it again till you have your pizza slice. All right, and then we open it up. So now, how do you find the center of your page? I mean, I don't know how good you are with sort of guessing, but I'm not that good with guessing where the center is. All you do is you find the place where the 2 lines cross. That will be the center of your page. So I'm going to draw it in so we can see it easily. So all along the line, the fold line, you just draw your line with a marker. So it's easy to see. Right, so on the place where you fold your paper, just draw the line with a marker. And there where these 2 lines intersect, where they come together, that is the center of your circle. Now you need to make a hole there. So please be careful. I'm going to use my scissors. You can use scissors or skewer or anything you've got lying around the house. Or if you're a little scared, ask mommy and daddy to help. So you need to make the hole in the center. And into the center, you are going to put a pencil. Something with a nice, your pencil's got a nice point, so you need something like a pencil that's got a nice tip. Right, so that goes in, and make sure it fits. Okay, so make sure your hole is nice and big and your pencil can fit through there. So now we're going to write numbers on here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 because that is the obvious choice, but you don't have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do 10, 2, 6, 1. You can do crazy numbers. You can do 10, 2, 6, 1 or 11, 5, 4, 2 or 2, 4, 6, 8 or 1, 2, 3, 4 if you want. So I'm just doing 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can do any set of 4 numbers that comes to mind that you want to do. So now all you do is you put in your pencil and you want your numbers to be on top. So you've got the sharp end at the bottom of your pencil. I'll show you. Your sharp end on the bottom of the pencil, and you want to be able to see your numbers on top. So now we are going to spin this to find out how many moves we make. Spin it, and wherever it lands, whichever piece touches the ground. So this piece touches the ground, and that is 3. So I'm going to move 3 spaces. And then my friend is going to roll. And it is 4. He's going to move 4 spaces. Dice, you can just use your little spinner. All right. So now we've got everything we need. I just need to go and get my friends together. And then we're going to play a nice game of Hungry Plants. All right. And I hope you have fun with this. This is such a fun craft to do. I don't know, even if you don't love board games, just the designing is so much fun, and figuring out all these stupid things to do in between. So really have fun with this, and remember to send me photos. I would love to see some photos of your board games. The link to our Facebook page will be at the end of the video, so please feel free to post them for everyone to see. And thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Bye-bye.